What is good, everyone? Welcome to today's trade recap of the day. Today is 2025. I'm going to be going over today's price action, the one trade I end up taking. Today, I lost $17,500 on the day today. So let's get into that. How I took my loss, the trade I end up taking. First things first, let's get into the P&L ski. Devastating. How will I recover from this? You guys know me. I will, okay? But yeah, losses are inevitable. I was bound for a loss. I was due for a loss. I've been on a crazy win streak the past 2 months. But yeah, statistic had to balance itself out. Unfortunate loss. Horrible price action today. I have no idea what happened. Just after I entered it, just got, I don't even know, unreadable. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, let's get into the bias first off. Okay, so coming into the morning, I did have a bullish bias. Okay. So reason I was bullish was because we had very clear buy side right here. We had all-time highs, and then we also had this relative equal highs that got created at 9:30 open. Okay, so when we have this accumulation, right? Since we have this accumulation pre-market and overnight session, what do I want to see happen? Right? If I'm bullish, right? And I have been bullish until proven wrong. If you just go back to all the trade recaps that I've been doing, just been bullish until proven wrong at all-time highs, right? So since I'm bullish here, I want to see accumulation. Then I want to see manipulation lower, and then I want to see that distribution happen. And ideally, I want to see that manipulation and I want to see that distribution time happen at around 10 a.m., which is exactly what we got, and we'll get into that in a second, okay? So manipulation. All right. Where do I want to see price manipulate into? Well, I want to see manipulated into a higher time frame key level. Being what? Okay, so in this range we have this hourly OB that is also aligned with this hourly bullish for Valley Gap right here. Okay, so I'm waiting for open to trade into that. Okay, now with that we also then have zooming into that. We have this low here and we have this 5-minute low right here. So this is the ideal entry where I want to be getting in this area here, this 5-minute for rally gap, because it's aligned with this hourly OB. So it makes sense for this to be the low of day if we are going to be bullish. Okay, so coming into the 10 a.m. macro here and the 10 a.m. open, we end up generating liquidity being this 15-minute being equal highs, and also this unfilled 15-minute gap, setting up for a really nice mechanical model, okay? And I'll talk about that model in the video I'm posting on Sunday, but yeah, we have an unfilled 5-minute gap here as well. We have 15-minute equal highs here, minute equal unfilled 50-minute, and then equal highs here on the 1-minute as well. Okay, so we end up trading lower. We end up hitting this 5-minute OB, the hourly OB with this 5-minute for value gap from here. We also got a 10 a.m. open low into that. We also had, I believe, an SMT, right? So we had this SMT in play. So really setting up everything for a super A++ setup where we got lower time frame AMD. I'm looking to get an AMD here, and then that's also aligned with my higher time frame narrative and bias. So models inside of models. That's exactly what I want to see. And then the highest time frame inversion from this manipulation leg from this high to this low that hits our key level is a 3-minute for gap. We don't have a 4-minute. We don't have a 5-minute. So 3-minute is the highest time frame. And then, boom, we get an instantaneous reaction through that after we made that SMT after 10 a.m. open lower, boom, V-shape recovery there. So I entered into longs right here, beta bing, beta boom, and I have my stop loss at the body right here. I was not looking to have it at the swing low just because that's negative ass RR. I don't trade negative RR at minimum. I need a 1-1. Also, just because we had that 10 a.m. open low, I didn't really need to see price go back to this area. And then we also opened up a 1-minute for gap. So at this point, I was looking to see this 1-minute for rally gap get respected if I'm going to be bullish, right? So whenever we open up for rally gaps, I always have my stop losses at different places, right? You guys will see it in all my trade caps. Like my stop losses can either be at like C of a wick, it can be at like a fall gap, low, phallic gap, high. It can also be at wicks all the way down here, like the swing low, right? So it really depends on what price action is giving me, and then the scenario price action ends up giving me a beautiful for valley gap right here. So if I'm going to be bullish and if price action is going to be clean, this should get respected. This gap here should get respected, and then we should trade higher to my draw on liquidity. Or we can leave this gap also as unfilled, which I see sometimes too. But yeah, if we are going to be bullish, I want to see this get respected. I don't want to see bodies start closing through this. That's just not a clear sign in bullish order flow. And then at that point, if we start trading to here, I just don't want to be in the trade anymore, right? So, and that's probably a sign of like choppy price action, which is what we got. And again, not trying to be in the trade. So we inverted lower, then we inverted back up, then we inverted lower again, and we inverted back up. And then at this point, man, I could have gotten out early, but it's like, I'll let this play out, or I think I got out here, right? So I got out here. I mean, I just had my stop loss in play. I had my TP in play. There was really nothing I could do. I accepted the risk, and yeah, I answered with pretty heavy size, not gonna lie. I mean, this was not like, yeah, 17K was like pretty heavy risk for me. Not insane risk. I can definitely make, obviously, this back, but it was a very textbook set for me to take. So I did enter with 2 contracts, okay, but yeah, overall just ended up chopping. Nothing I can really do about that. And I don't know, the reason this trade failed could have is definitely because we do have Powell speaking later, but I don't really care too much about like red folder news later, as you guys saw, like FOMC on Wednesday. Really, really clean, beautiful setup we had in the AM session. So I was expecting that. So as long as there's like my A+ model, I'm willing to take it, even if we have news in PM session, right? But of course, there are times where we have shitty price action that ends up happening, and it happens like right after my entry, which is unfortunate. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That being said, I honestly just stay away from this. Please, if you took this loss, don't take any more trades after this. Wait until Powell speaks later in the afternoon if you want to keep trading. I'm personally not going to even look for that. But I'll come back tomorrow. We'll see if tomorrow presents any good setups, presents any A+ models for me to take. And that's pretty much that. All unfortunate the winning streak had to come to an end today, guys. And but yeah, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this trade recap. If you guys want to start copying your trades, start copy trading across multiple prop firms, use TradeZinker, use code PB for that. And I did just partner up with Apex Trader Funding, and that's how I have so much allocation. So if you guys are wondering how I get so much allocation, I use Apex Trader Funding for 10 accounts, and then I also you can get up to 3 accounts with Alpha Futures, which is what I use for them, for those accounts. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So codes, links in the descriptions for that is, the prof is in the links in the description. All right. So check that out and have a good rest of your peace out. See you guys, like video, subscribe my YouTube channel, Hubert Blaine AI. Thanks for watching.